Okay, doing a short little video of the Interbelt, walking from Cedar to Exchange. Now it's impossible to walk the length of the Interbelt because of the way it's designed. We can cover most of it, but today we're just going to do a short little bit here. Actually, what we're really going to focus on is the bit between Exchange and Bowery. Well, actually it would be Center Street. Now this is the northbound lane here, heading into downtown, running nearly parallel to Main Street. Now this used to be, actually used to be like 3 lanes. They cut down, they got rid of a couple of the lanes, added a bike lane, got rid of the entrance ramp here. From Exchange, you used to be able to get on directly onto Interbelt all the way, go down to Market Street or North Howard Street where you got off. But now you have to ride this lane here, Yard Avenue, and take that to Mill and Market. And over here is Children's Hospital, the K Jewelers Pavilion, and a little garden here. You can see the bike lane. And about right there, we can see it flattens out, was where the entrance ramp was, going uphill, joining the rest of the Interbelt. But that's gone now. It's already overgrown. This road here used to dead end. Well, they had it dead end when they were building the new addition, and then they reopened it up, I guess after it was completed, to allow people to turn around over this way. Now, where the K Jewelers Pavilion once stood, there were some stores and shops there on the hill there, which is about Locust and Exchange there at that intersection. That's completely closed off now. In this lot, there used to be some other buildings here, which are gone now to make room for parking. And an Interbelt here connects I-76, I-77 to what was originally designed to connect the two to Route 8, but basically it's just a bypass to get away from downtown to go closer to Main Street. So it's more of a direct route to downtown rather than having to drive through a bunch of traffic when you get off the highway. They've added these new lampposts here, which are actually rather beautiful, rather than the old traditional street lights that used to be here. And we've got the new sidewalk with a brick tree lawn here. And as you can see, this was designed to accommodate a lot of traffic from days when there was a lot more traffic trying to get into downtown. Not so much these days, as a lot of the industry has moved out, gone south, or just gone out of business. Now right here is State Street. As you can see, it's been closed. This used to come all the way out to here, and you could hit the light right about here and cross over. But now it's been turned into a cul-de-sac, closed off. And there's the Ronald McDonald House, the new expansion there. This would probably serve as parking to accommodate visitors and patients. Not sure what they're going to do with this lot right here. They really could have just left it open and allowed traffic to continue on. Okay, we're going to cross here. And you can see the other side. See some of the other changes that were made. You see some of the overgrowth here dying off for the winter. Now they did a lot of repaving and restructuring here, as you can see. Now it used to be 3 or 4 lanes most of the way around here. They got rid of one of the lanes, widened the shoulders here. They're still finishing one lane, I see here, I assume. Now we're over on Rand Avenue here. Straight ahead is Glendale Cemetery. There's the old Union Hall over that way to my left. Here's Willis, or Wells Street, which connects over to Locust. See, they've made some slight changes here as well. You have the ability to turn on Willis or exit over here. This is all relatively new. This is parking for a children's hospital. It's a little out of the way, but there's a little bit of a walk over there to Children's Hospital. And as you can see here, they got rid of some lanes here and added a bike lane. The nice thing about this spot over here, though, is that you can, when they have the fireworks for the 4th of July holiday, it's a good place to catch a free view. The only bad thing, downside, though, is the parking lot is packed and it's impossible to get out of here. But you're directly across from Lot 3 at about this point, and you can see the fireworks very easily. Basically, Lot 3 is the other side of the YMCA there. The YMCA, the canal, and then Lock 3. Here is Center Street, which is takes you over to Bowery and Dart Avenue. And over there's some houses up on the hill here. This still doesn't have an official name that I know of. So I'm going to climb up here a little bit and get a brief glimpse of what's up here. You can see there used to be a sidewalk. This used to be the sidewalk for whatever was here. Actually, I think here there used to be some apartments here. It got torn down. There's a tree. And there's a lot where I guess it was a parking lot, someone's driveway. Actually, this was Locust Street. See, this is Locust Street here. And Locust Street used to go all the way across the Interbelt here. And you'd be right next to Children's Hospital, crossing over Dart and running into Bowery. It's been closed off for years, unfortunately. And over here, you see the red house with gables on it. That's the Lewis Miller house where Thomas Edison married his second wife. And you can see you're right next to Glendale Cemetery and the houses and buildings up here on the hill. And we're going to head back down. Not much more to see up here. But, oh yeah, like I said, this used to be Locust Street. And there used to be a bridge that carried you across to the other side. And they tore it down once the Interbelt was completed. Not sure why. Maybe for someone thought it would be safer. We're gonna head down here. There we go. As you can see, they're still marking off spots on the road here. This is probably going to be another bike lane on this side of the street. There'll be 3 lanes in the bike lane. There is the Cascade Plaza, the main buildings there. The PSL building used to be First National, and then National City Bank. There's the Huntington building, First Merit building, Source Energy. There's Chase. There's the hotel, which is closed currently. There's the old Ohio Bell building. The federal courthouse. And they added this divider, which is very actually new. It was part of the construction they did here. Separating traffic coming in, that used to come in from Market Street when they turned onto Dart Avenue. And this is traffic coming from Mill Street, merging on to the Interbelt from downtown. There used to be no divider here, it was just pavement. Kind of curious why they felt they need to add it other than for beautification. You see that little kind of a bridge there, that causeway takes you to the towpath trail from downtown. You head down Quaker Street from Bowery and that will take you right to it. Well, the Ohio Bell building is now AT&T. I remember when there was only Ohio Bell. Then they had the antitrust suit and broke it all up. Right here, you're probably wondering what this is. This is a crossing that was added when they did all this repaving here that connects you to the towpath trail. You're going to head down there and I'll show you what I mean. And off in the distance there, you can barely see in the center, is Old North Main Street, and you're looking at the North Hill Apartments, Northside Lofts, the Courtyard Marriott. And it looks like they got some other construction going over there. Actually, it's probably in the valley. And you can see where the bridge here, you have start going from Market Street, where the crane is there, the red crane. It's actually Glendale, which is another place you could have gotten on the Interbelt. And then you have this bridge here over to Mill Street over here, curving around, allowing you to gain access. Now, it used to be you used to be able to get off on Glendale or curve to the left and get onto the Interbelt, but they changed all that now, so Glendale's closed off, so now you can only get to the Interbelt. And so there's still got a whole lot of construction going on this part of the main Interbelt here, which we'll get a closer look at as I make my way over. This is the towpath. This will take you down to the Mustill store past, well, we're already past the locks that were downtown, but you'll get to the higher number locks, like 13, 12, basically 13 and up from here. Head that way. This way will take you downtown. And as you can see, this part was not here before. Basically, the towpath just basically ran. See, that wall continued all the way this way, and you basically just walked right next to the Interbelt. But they got rid of some of the lanes, apparently, to add this. And we can see that there's a lot more going on over here. This is completely closed off now. So we can get a little closer here. Now this part passes under Market Street and continues on to North Howard. Looks like there's still quite a bit of work going on here. Not sure what they're doing. They definitely got rid of some of the lanes though. Now this one lane here in the foreground was basically getting off North Howard into downtown on Mill Street and Exchange. And then that was the main Interbelt there, where if you were just driving straight through, you would take. Looks like it's completely closed off. Not sure if you're just repaving or changing the lane count or what, but it's unusable at the moment. I'm going to head back up the towpath here. And there's another look at Cascade Plaza, which is get a rare glimpse from this angle here. It's a shame to see that hotel sitting empty. You probably accommodate a lot of people there. And maybe someone will buy it and do something with it, hopefully. She's got some nice penthouse suites too. Hi. You can't tell from here, but the canal, or the old, what's left of the canal, is passing under the city where we're walking through underground tunnels. It comes out again about Lock 4. We can't see it from here, but we'll get close enough to it. You can see what I'm talking about. Or they're really serious about this crossing. It takes us all the way up the hill here. We're going to cross right here though. I don't want to walk the whole length again. They seem to have widened this sidewalk a bit. I guess they're expecting a lot more traffic. I wonder if they're considering adding something over here on this side of the hill. That would be interesting. Maybe a gas station or something. Now where we're coming up to here is Glendale Avenue, which will take you to the historic Glendale Cemetery. And here comes cemetery buildings. But also running from Maple to Dart Avenue, you can access the Interbelt. Fortunately here, they've gotten rid of the sidewalk. The sidewalk used to run this entire length here. But we'll get close enough where we can see what progress they've made on the construction they're doing over here. As you can see, they have some parts just lying around. People are pulling on over here all lost and confused. I was wondering if anybody comes this way at all. Okay, so we're getting a bit closer. They've got a major ditch going on here. Looks like they're building a tunnel. They're going to tunnel under the Interbelt here, but there's Glendale. There was the place where they made the old marble tombstones and grave markers there. The road used to come across and meet right about here, but now they've dug it a bit lower. It's going downhill, not sure to what end. So it looks like they're building a tunnel. There, over there is Cadillac Hill. You see it coming down the sloping. And then it curved around and ran into Glendale. All very interesting here. Now there is where you would get off here from Mill Street onto Glendale, or you would curve around and go back to the Interbelt. All very interesting though, very interesting. Okay, heading back. I'm going to try to catch back up on State Street there. There in the center there, next to the AT&T building, was the Cascade Arcade. Used to be some houses that sat right behind it, up on the hill there. Those were torn down a few years ago. There were actually quite a few people that used to live downtown, and most of the houses have been torn. Those are probably like the last of the houses to be torn down for residential. They were still in use up until a few years ago. Probably maybe 10 years ago, I should say, at least. And we're coming close to a crossing. If you can't hear that, the crickets are pretty active over here. You see a lot of the wild brush is allowed to flourish over here. I guess it's good for the environment. The bees, see some of the bees are still out pollinating. Your strength is impressive. Here we're crossing Center Street. We even added a crossing signal here. That's for safer access to the parking lot. You can get a better look at what they're doing with the Interbelt over here. They took down some of the signage, I guess to make room for construction. There's the Ronald McDonald House from the rear here. Looks like they've got some kind of giant greenhouse going on over here. I'm going to try to cross over to Bowery here, get to Exchange. Right about where that sign is used to be, where Locust crossed over and ran into the other side of Locust on this side of the street. We're coming up on Locust now, what used to be Locust Street. There's the old AAA travel agency here. They also sold insurance and club memberships. They moved over onto where's it, Parks Boulevard by the Metro's RTA Center. And I wonder what the plans for this building are. Strange how quickly a building seems to fall apart once people move out of it. Somebody's been here ransacking. Shredding and ransacking and doing all kinds of ungodly things in there. Look at that. It's a damn shame. Anyway, West Bowery. And there, Block 4, Akron Civic Theater, YMCA. Now I wanted to come over here because I want to get a good shot of Block 2. So we're going to have to walk west on Bowery. Or south, actually. Now here you can see the new John Cosidane medical professional offices and the parking deck for the offices there, which sits behind the Rubber Duck Stadium. There used to be a hotel here and several other buildings, a restaurant, a diner, some other things here, but those were torn down to make room for the stadium. And this lot here is at Grace Reformed Church. The land was donated when the church closed down. They moved to another building. Here's a little historical marker here indicating its location. Look at that. And moving right along, you can see they keep the area pretty beautiful. Now they're expanding the professional building here. You can't see from this side here. They're also expanding the causeway that allows people to cross from one hospital building to another. Currently there's the main parking deck. There's the main hospital, which is this building right in front of us here. There's the emergency building, which is off on my right, sitting on Exchange here. And there's the professional building. And they're all connected by one long causeway that curves around, kind of a horseshoe shape. Maybe remember these big steam vents here from the old days. We're sitting, like this building is the old hospital here. The building in the rear is the newer building, and this is the newer expansion in the front here. It's like three buildings connected all as one. And there's the expanded causeway there, or what they've completed so far. It's going to connect all the buildings together. See there, it curves around there, it comes around, it's going to meet up right there in the center. I'm sure you remember this artwork here. And there's the expansion of the professional building. There's the old Cotter building, moving in storage. The house that used to sit next to it was torn down last summer, but the lot is still there where the house stood. If you remember, there used to be a doctor's office here, that office in the lot there was torn down to make room for the expansion. And like I said, you can kind of see here through Grace Park, through this park here. The causeway goes from the parking deck to the emergency building to the main hospital, all the way around to the professional building. So you really don't have to ever cross the street. You can walk safely from building to building. This is the Rebecca D. Considine Research Institute, which is not connected to the other buildings, except by a crosswalk. And we're going to have to cross here because they've got the sidewalk closed. And I'm going to shut the video down because I showed you mainly what I wanted you to see there. Now I'll start another one in a second.